What would you do if the person sleeping next to you wasn't just lying, but quietly dismantling your entire life while telling the world you were perfect together? The glow from her phone lit up the bedroom at 2:17 a.m., just enough for me to see her smile. Not the soft, sleepy smile she used to give me, but something sharper, private, like I wasn't meant to see it. I kept my breathing slow, steady, pretending to sleep. Then her thumb hovered, and I caught a name I'd never seen before. And that's when everything inside me started to crack. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. We lived in a 2-bedroom apartment off Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles. From the outside, we were that couple, brunch photos, anniversary posts, matching smiles. My wife, Elena, curated our life like it was a brand. People would kill for what we have, she used to say. I believed her. Until I didn't. The first crack wasn't the phone. It was the laughter. We were at a dinner party on Melrose Avenue. Wine glasses clinked, music low, friends talking over each other. Someone joked about relationships, about 7-year itch, and Elena laughed, too hard. Then she said it. We're solid. Like, boring solid. Everyone laughed. I smiled. But something in my chest twisted. Boring. That word stuck to me like a stain. After that, things shifted. Subtle at first. She started going out more. Work dinners. Networking events. Always dressed a little sharper than necessary. Her phone became an extension of her hand. Face down. Always. One night, I reached for it, just to check the time. She snatched it back so fast it startled me. Seriously, she snapped. Privacy much? I remember standing there, confused, holding nothing. That's when the humiliation began. Not loud, not obvious, but quiet, constant. I started noticing things. Receipts in her purse from places she never mentioned. A boutique hotel in West Hollywood. A bar on La Cienega Boulevard. She said she was in Santa Monica that night. I checked the timestamps. She wasn't. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I watched. And the more I watched, the colder she became. Conversations turned into dismissals. You're overthinking. You're being paranoid. You've changed. Gaslighting, slow and precise. Like she was rewriting reality and daring me to challenge it. The breaking point came in a parking garage on Wilshire. I had followed her. I hate admitting that. But I did. She had told me she was meeting a client. Instead, I watched her step out of her car and walk straight into the arms of a man leaning against a black Range Rover. He kissed her like he owned her, and she kissed him like I never existed. I didn't move. I didn't shout. I just sat there in my car, hands gripping the wheel so hard my knuckles turned white. Something inside me didn't just break. It died. That night, I cried in the shower so she wouldn't hear me. The next morning, she kissed my cheek and said, "Love you." I nodded. And that's when I decided. If she wanted to play a game, I would finish it. I stopped being emotional. I became quiet, observant, strategic. I installed a tracker in her car, cloned her phone to my laptop while she slept. Every message, every call, every lie, documented. His name was Marcus, a real estate broker. Married. Of course he was. Their texts were worse than I imagined. They mocked me, mocked our life. "He's so predictable," she wrote. Marcus replied, "Good. Makes this easier." Easier. That word burned into me. They weren't just cheating. They were planning. There were conversations about money, about timing, about leaving me, but not before securing her half. That's when the plan changed. This wasn't just betrayal anymore. This was war. I hired a lawyer in downtown LA, a quiet woman with sharp eyes and zero patience for nonsense. I gave her everything. Texts, photos, locations, dates. She didn't even blink. "She's going to regret this," she said simply. Then I set the second trap. Marcus's wife. Her name was Danielle. I found her through public records. I didn't message her right away. I waited. I gathered more. Hotel bookings, credit card statements, video footage from a lobby camera I paid to access. Then one evening, I sent it all. No message, just proof. The explosion didn't take long. 3 days later, Elena came home furious. "What did you do?" she demanded. I looked at her calmly. "What do you mean? Marcus's wife knows everything." I shrugged. "That sounds like a you problem." That was the first time I saw fear in her eyes. Real fear. But I wasn't done. The final move had to be public. Precise. Irreversible. Our anniversary party. Her idea, of course. At a rooftop venue overlooking downtown LA. Dozens of friends, colleagues, family. She wore a red dress, looked stunning, smiled like nothing had ever happened. Halfway through the night, she tapped her glass. Speech, someone shouted. She laughed, stepping forward. I just want to say how lucky I am. That's when I nodded to the DJ. The music cut. The screen behind her flickered on. At first, people thought it was part of the event. Then the messages appeared. Her words. His replies. Photos. Hotel timestamps. Parking garage footage. The room went silent. Elena turned slowly, staring at the screen. Then at me. What is this? She whispered. I stepped forward. This, I said quietly, is the truth. The rest unraveled fast. Gasps. Whispers. People stepping away from her like she was contagious. Her boss was there. So were clients. Marcus's wife walked in 10 minutes later. She had seen the invite. Perfect timing. Screaming. Chaos. Security. It was everything I imagined. And yet, it felt empty. The divorce was brutal, for her. The evidence destroyed any claim she had. No alimony. Minimal assets. Her reputation? Gone. Marcus disappeared from her life almost instantly. Of course he did. Cowards always do. Months passed. The apartment felt quieter. Cleaner. I stopped checking her messages. Stopped caring where she was. One night, I ran into her outside a small diner on Ventura Boulevard. She looked smaller. Not physically. Just diminished. Can we talk? She asked. I shook my head. There's nothing left to say. She nodded slowly. Tears in her eyes. I ruined everything. I looked at her for a long moment. Then I said the only thing that felt true. No, you revealed it. And I walked away. These days, people still ask me what happened. I just tell them the truth. She said we were fine. And sometimes, late at night, I still think about that glow from her phone, and how everything I thought was real disappeared in a single flicker of light. The end.